Open wide my heart. 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 My heart. My heart. Thank you so much. That was so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. So welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, North Jersey. My name is Reverend Evelyn, and I will be your host for this morning. So I would like to begin with some gratitude. I'd like to thank those who did. So I'd like to thank Dave, who hosted the Science of Mind Everyday Sunday this morning, which you're free to pop into at 9 on Sundays in this same Zoom room, where we just really talk about science of mind from the textbook and from selected texts. I'd like to thank Neil for that beautiful meditation. And I would like to welcome you, whether you are a member or if you're new. Welcome. We are an open and affirming science of mind community where the vibration of love lifts you, the wisdom of the ages inspires you, and the science of mind teaching empowers you. We believe that heaven and hell are states of consciousness that you experience in this lifetime, that you are the architect of your life, and that it's never too late to know true happiness. So we are going to have an opening chant, and then our beloved Reverend Don Lee is going to lead us with our opening treatment. Spirit and I are one. 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 We are holy, holy, holy.
And in this holy, sacred moment of recognition that I am a child of God, I give thanks for the qualities of unconditional love flowing through me, in me, and around me. And I accept this love as the Christ consciousness within me. I accept that I am light, the light of illumination, intuition, premonition, that spirit that speaks clearly for me by means of me. And I accept and act upon that intuition and that light that shines so brightly in me here and now. And as a child of God, I am grateful for the life that thrives and desires to create more and more of the good and creative ideas, forever expanding as me. Oh, it is a great life. It is a wonderful life. And I appreciate the beauty that lives as my perception from that point of the Christ consciousness within. And I see it everywhere in my fellow human beings everywhere. And I'm so grateful for the power of my word as it expresses every day in positive, loving, and beautiful ways, creating. The uniqueness, the individualism of my God-given birthright. Oh, the power of my word is absolutely astounding. Thank you, Spirit. And I give thanks for the joy that lifts me into amazing demonstrations. And I live in that joy. I live in that gladness. I live there. And I accept it. For I know that the power itself is more expressive in the essence of joy than anywhere else. So I trust and have faith to create more happiness, gladness, and glimmers of good everywhere present in my life. Peace washes over my consciousness this day and every day. And the abundance of the kingdom itself, the infinite itself, is where I place my heart, my faith, my knowingness, my gratitude. So I know this truth in me for every person here present, every member of the Center for Spiritual Living North Jersey, our families, our extended families, the whole entire energy field. I am knowing these truths, these qualities of spirit are living at the highest potential of richness in every way, shape, and form. This is spirit expressing itself by means of me, by means of you. And I give thanks as I release this treatment into that universal law that always agrees. I say yes. And I invite you to join in saying, and so it is. Namaste.
And so it is. Oh, I am unmuted. Okay, sorry. That prayer was beautiful. So it's time now for our affirmation for April. And I invite you to read this aloud. You're on mute, so just read it aloud to yourself and just sort of think about the words. I feel like sometimes we might gloss over these things that we say, each Sunday throughout the month, but they're full of a lot of wisdom and an amazing guidance if you keep these things in your heart over the course of the week. It can really be a beautiful source of inspiration. Okay, so affirmation for April. I let my gentleness reveal my giant self. There is one God, one divine intelligence. It is in all as all. I am an individualized expression of this all. As such, I am perfect, whole, and complete as I am. Each and every moment is sacred and holy. I have the faith of God instead of merely a faith in God. Active faith and dedication to our principles bring into form the life I was meant to live. I know that under divine law, all things are possible, and so it is. And now we are going to have a peace practice. And Mary Riley is going to do our peace practice.
No, Toni Hamilton's going to do the peace practice.
Oh, sorry. Oh, Mary Riley's going to do the Earth Day thing. Toni Hamilton is going to do the peace practice. Okay. Thank you, Toni.
Good morning, everyone. I just thought it was really important for us to focus and share a peace practice this morning to open our minds and hearts and just set the intention and share our intention for peace in the world. The past couple of weeks, in retaliation, Iran attacked Israel. Israel declared war. And a man set himself on fire and burned himself outside the building where the Trump trial was. I think it's really critical that we share our hearts, that we lend our energy, that we send our energy and affirm peace in the world with these kinds of things that are going on. I think it's really critical that we don't just feel and then push them aside because we feel like there's nothing we can do about it. We at our center have a powerful peace practice. And so I'm going to ask you, if you would, wherever you are, to just close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And open your heart as best you can. And remember that we are all one. That anything that one person does in the world affects the other, whether we know it or not. And so if we could just open our hearts and call forth love, whatever amount of love that you are able to muster in this moment is just fine and perfect. And see the world. See that big blue and green ball. Remember that it is inhabited by life, and that all that life is one. And please repeat after me. I am the peace that I wish to see. I hold this peace for my family. I hold this peace for my community. And my community holds this peace for the world. And so it is. Thank you.
Ooh, thank you. And now we will have a reading from Reverend Donnelly.
Good morning. The reading this morning is The Cause of Human Troubles by Ernest Holmes. It's on page 446 of the Science of Mind textbook. The integrity of the universe cannot be questioned or doubted. The spirit must be and is perfect. That which is back of everything must be good, must be complete, must be love and harmony. When we are out of harmony with some special good, it is because we are off the track along that particular line of the activity of spirit. But how are we to regain the lost paradise? Only through soul culture and by careful self-analysis. What is my viewpoint of life? This is the question. Each should ask oneself. What do I feel is my relationship to the great whole to be? What do I believe about the cause back of all? And from where comes discouragement, fear, doubt, and calamity? They cannot proceed from the eternal source, that perfect fount of life, that inexhaustible one. Therefore, they must come from my own consciousness. They cannot be born of truth. The truth is God, and God is free, happy, peaceful, and ever poised in its own being. I must set myself right with the universe. I must find the way back to the central fire if I am to be warmed. I must find the source if I am to be supplied. I must be like God if I wish to realize its spirit in my life. A change of consciousness does not come by simply willing or wishing. It is not easy to hold the mental attention to an ideal while the human experience is discordant. But it is possible. Knowing the truth is not a process of self-diagnosis, but one of a gradual unfoldment of the inner self. Namaste.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Now we will have Mary Riley, who's going to do our power talk about Earth Day.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I have to say, it's really, I've given talks about Earth Day, but it's really wonderful to be grounded in the teachings and the readings and the singing. So I thank you all. And I have 5 minutes, so I'm not going to spend that much time on thanking you, but in my heart. Here we go. Okay. Okay, can you see my PowerPoint? We are the gentle giants. Can somebody say they do? All right, I'm
Yes.
going to, thank you, good. Yeah, So when it comes to the earth, we are the gentle giants. My gentleness is revealed, my giant self. And we're going to talk about what we can do about Earth Day and what we can do. And when it comes to climate change, when it comes to loving the earth, when it comes to our world around us and showing love for that, it's good to treat and move your feet. So the first question I want to ask is, and you don't have to answer it out loud, but you can put it in the chat if you're into it. What do you treat for? And then take about a minute to figure out where the chat is and to go ahead and fill it up. And that's all the time I'm going to take. New messages. All right, so I'm not going to wait for the messages, but I'm going to say we probably treat for this. Treat for health, wealth, and love. And this goes together with loving the earth. So when we treat for our health, when we treat for our wealth, and we treat for the love of us and those around us, we're also treating for the earth. Now I'm going to be very prescriptive here. I'm going to say how they tie in directly and then tie in indirectly. But one of my suggestions here is that we take it on ourselves. So for example, we are all one. I practice what I preach. And sometimes this gives me compassion for people who don't. When I want to eat beef instead of lentils, then, I have compassion for people who don't eat in a sustainable way. But as I do it more, I enjoy it more. And now can't even imagine eating beef. So let's talk about health. We treat for health, right? But eating sustainably is healthy. Beans served with rice is a complete protein, fewer calories. They don't contain antibiotics, growth hormones, and preservatives. It has more nutrients than meat. And like I said, it's delicious. Now I wouldn't eat anything else. If we treat for wealth, living sustainably can be considerably cheaper than living unsustainably. Meat is 10 times more expensive than lentils and beans, and turning down the heat saves you money, and just buy less stuff. Myself, I used to, at the end of the year, take a big bag and fill it up with all the clothes I didn't wear that year. And it always filled a trash bag. So all of those pieces of clothes have a carbon footprint and have an impact on the earth. And so just buying fewer of them is easier and cheaper. The other thing I do is I buy reused clothes or pre-owned used clothes. And if I want to be fancy, I get them tailored. So now they cost the same as clothes, but they fit me perfectly. Treat reverse global weirding. And global weirding is the climate effects or the weather effects that result in heating up the earth. And some of the effects have long-ranging impacts. So we've all seen these pictures. We know that, there's floods and hurricanes and tornadoes and fires. But what's really interesting is that the heightened weather events cost the US government $175 billion in 2022. They didn't have the numbers for 2023. Okay, so go back. So there's all kinds of ways to love our neighbors by preventing some of this, and ways to love ourselves, because that 175 billion comes out of our tax dollars. The other thing that I don't have a slide for is that this is in the United States, but this goes on all across the world. And if we look at places that are really like the tension is tight, like Israel and Palestine, look at how much water there is, and look at how much water has fallen in the past few years. I know that Palestine and Israel share a water source, and that just ranks up the tension. If everyone has enough to eat, tension is lessened. So a good way to love that part of the world for me is to act sustainably. Treat for love. Treat for the people we love and the people who are going to inherit our decisions. The great news is we have the technology. We human beings have the technology, and we in America have the technology. If we were all to understand and kind of get, quote, get religion around climate change, then boom, it could change right away. So there is tremendous amount of hope and a tremendous amount of creation. And then move your feet, become educated about climate change, learn what you can do individually, vote for people who support a healthy world and support sustainable businesses. We can do it. We are the gentle giants. And I'm going to stop sharing. So thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Wow, that was an impactful 5 minutes. Thank you so much. And now I believe, yes, now it is time for us to welcome our wonderful Toni Hamilton, who will be offering our talk for this morning.
Good morning, everyone. You know, you hear me say this often, and I don't know why it always has the same effect on me, but I am just awed by the synchronicity that I experience in our services. You can't make it up. It just absolutely lets me know that we are spirit led, guided, and directed. And it tickles me, it warms my heart, it inspires me. I am so grateful for it. It's just really something, right? Even down to some of us using the same words. It's just the music, the collaboration is just a really beautiful thing. So I hope that you all experience it in your lives also, and notice it, and so that you can witness it, because it's really beautiful. So our talk today is going to be a wee bit little different. Our theme for the month is taking it to the streets. Shout out to the Doobie Brothers. And the topic is careful. Spiritual bypass can be dangerous. Now, in our Sunday talks, we have explored so many different ways to live this teaching. We've talked about it from so many different directions. We've talked about being kind and gentle, having compassion. Reverend Michelle has really expressed to us over and over again about practicing non-judgment and not gossiping and not being critical, trying to teach us and get us to understand the impact that it has on the world. And let's bring it down home and up front, the impact that it has on us when we're doing it, and then the impact that it has on anybody that's around us, that's listening, that is influenced by us. And the focus most of the time when we talk about it is the fact that to go from the theory of it to the practical application of it is what's challenging. That's the rub. And of course, the way that we do that and what we do is going to be unique, and it's different for each of us. So I was gifted with an additional nuance for understanding spiritual bypass this past week. And that is knowing but not doing is a form of spiritual bypass. So we know that there's one power and presence, and that power and presence expresses it in through and as each of us. So if I don't do what I feel called to do or what I feel like I should do, it's okay, because God is in everyone and somebody's going to do it. And our lives are our own responsibility anyway, right? And so it was shown to me that knowing, understanding, and not doing, not acting, not living from that is a form of spiritual bypass. And that's what Treat and Move Your Feet is about also, because we treat, but spirit works through us, right? So we have to act, we have to do our part, whatever that is. But the choices that we make and the experiences that we create as a result of whatever it is that we understand and decide, those are personal and informed by our consciousness and our understanding of spirit and our relationship with spirit. This is something else I talk about a lot that is just so important and so powerful, that we have to have that personal relationship with spirit, that we have to take that quiet time, that connection time, whether we do it through meditation, whether we do it through a walk in the park, whether we do it through writing, however we do it, that it there's a space, I don't know what to call it, a space and energy where we connect with spirit. We have the ability to connect with spirit. And I dare say, please, if you haven't found that yet, please contact me, contact Reverend Neil, contact any one of the practitioners. If you haven't found that for yourself yet, please contact one of us so we can support you in doing that, because that is, for me, everything. Connecting with spirit is everything. And it is out of that connection that we get our clarity. It's out of that connection that the guidance comes, that we'll get an urge or an impulse, that spirit will nudge us, will work through us to express whatever it is that we're going to express. And if we don't commune with ourselves and spirit, if we don't get and listen to that inner guidance and follow those nudges and urges, that inner pull, then we can create problems for ourselves. We can set ourselves up for discomfort, for dissatisfaction, for playing small and not experiencing our highest and best selves, because it's not being true to ourselves. And so I also learned this past week and became clear on the fact that when we don't use our uniqueness, when we don't utilize our gifts and our talents, when we don't share them, when we don't express ourselves, it really, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. It can create all kinds of problems for ourselves, because we're not living our fullness, we're not living our full potential, and we're not sharing our gifts with the world, and we're not being fed and nourished by expressing ourselves and by sharing those gifts. We're not loving ourselves when we don't do that. So knowing the truth and not living it is also a form of spiritual bypass. Now, I'm not going to get into all the reasons why. That's a whole nother conversation. It's just something for us to really be aware of and pay attention to, and I dare say I offer to take seriously. And there's so much going on in the world right now, and it can be so difficult to look at. And lots of times when we see something going on in the world, we kind of skim past it because it's so uncomfortable and we feel so small in the face of it. The truth is, we're loving, kind people, and we would love to do something about it. But honestly, we don't know what or how. It just feels so big. And the truth is, lots of times we just don't want to risk it. We don't want to place ourselves or our family in harm's way. We don't want to give up our dreams or our lives to take on something that just feels too big and that doesn't feel safe. And so something came to me that I would like to share, and just offer it to you, just share with you, and see if it resonates for you and how you feel about it. Now, by the way, CSL's theme of taking it to the streets is about taking love and kindness to the streets. I just want to clarify that. It's about taking our teaching to the streets and from living that place, from that place. But I was given an idea about taking it to the streets that really is just an expansion of what we've already been doing at our center. But before I go there, I just want to offer some observations to share. And that is that we have the opportunity to expand upon our community building at our center. What I've experienced is that if you get to know some of the people that you think you know, that you've known for years in the community, or let me say it, I'll own it. I've gotten to know and experience some of the people I have known for 22 years in the community, but didn't really know them. I have had an opportunity to hear about their journey, what they've walked through in their lives, the decisions and choices that they made, the challenges that they confronted, what's important to them and why. And the truth is, I've been touched by it, and my life has been enriched by it. And it's just so apparent to me that there's so much that we still have not shared as a community, and so much that we can learn from each other, and so much that we have to offer each other, because we have so many talented people who have accomplished so many things and walked through deep and powerful things that we have not yet tapped into as a community. And maybe we could just benefit more from sharing more with each other. You know, maybe you've witnessed somebody go through something and you wish you could say something or do something to help, but you weren't sure whether or not it would be the right thing. But maybe you had a little nudge in your heart to support them in some way. Maybe, and I'm making all this stuff up, okay? So I'm just giving examples and making it up. Maybe someone has a parent with dementia and they're really struggling with that, or someone has an autistic child, a loved one in hospice. Someone's adjusting to being a parent and maybe could use some support or some wisdom. Maybe there's a young person or a couple who would like to buy a house and could use some guidance about how to improve their finances and what they could put in place. And yes, you can look it up on the internet. I know that. But there are people who have a lot of personal experience with these things, and a 20-minute, 30-minute conversation could really help and empower someone and give them guidance and set them off in the right direction. Maybe you're single without a family. Maybe your family's far away, not close by. Maybe your family's even in another country. And maybe you just like to cook dinner with somebody sometime, or have someone to share with during the holidays rather than being home by yourself. Maybe you want to go to the city or someplace else, but don't feel comfy doing it by yourself. We could expand our inReach and use it as a platform to be there for each other, our family, CSL and J. And many of the things that we could share are short term, quick and easy, wouldn't be so much of a bother and could make such a difference for somebody in the community. It wouldn't require a bunch of meetings, long-term commitment or cost, or if anything. And we've been doing these kinds of things all along, but what came to me is that maybe we could deepen our sense of community and expand upon our inreach within our own community. So during COVID, the center did a very powerful thing, a few powerful things. We had a team of people who called someone. We had a list of people and we called someone every week, called them to say hello, to see if they were okay, to see if they needed prayer, or just to chat, to have that human connection with somebody else. We had separate online meetings where we were invited to just share our feelings, to just be able to say what was on top for us and in our minds and hearts, and just be heard. And of course, the InReach team, when somebody was sick or hurt, meals were organized for them. And it was out of the generosity of our church members. People who liked to cook and didn't mind cooking made sure that people were fed when they couldn't do that. And people received assistance, like maybe they needed assistance with paying the rent and things like that during that difficult time. Now, I am not suggesting that anybody should give away the professional services for free, unless you feel called to do that once in a while. But there are all kinds of things that we can do to develop a greater and deeper sense of community. We used to have movie nights. I know we don't have a location for that right now, but we could figure it out, or get together in small groups and watch something and then discuss it. The choir used to go and sing at nursing homes and other places. Okay, that's outreach, but you get my drift. So is there some way that you would like to give, or a way that you want to fellowship or socialize that would bring you joy or feed you in some way? Is there just some little thing like that that you want to do that doesn't take up so much time, doesn't cause you to get so involved, that you feel overwhelmed and feel like you don't want to do it? I had a I had a few crazy ideas come to me. Okay, don't laugh. But we could have some kind of email team, a group. I don't know what you call it. Somebody can help me with that. But so, for example, somebody texted me this week and said they needed a chair, right? Now, I didn't have the chair that they needed, but boy, a little while back, I was decluttering and I was looking for people to take stuff because I didn't want to throw it away. And maybe that's the case for you too. So we could have some kind of email group or something that you offer. You say, I've got this, and people from the center could read it and decide if that's something that they needed, something like that. So really just what came is for us to expand our inreach in some small ways, to, in our own community, take it to the streets and share and give back and do things that make a difference, that spread love and kindness, that, that just allow us to help each other, to create greater bonds and connections with each other and empower each other. Now, let me be perfectly clear. There are no requirements here, okay? Other than what you choose to share, and absolutely zero pressure, zero, okay? This came to me, and it came to me strong enough that I asked if I could share it. And so if this resonates with you, if you have something you like to do, like have a movie night or invite somebody over, or you want to be invited over to somebody's house because you don't cook or something like that, or if you want to get together and see a movie, or you want to discuss something, or you have other ideas that I haven't even thought of, please contact Neil, contact the board, think about it. Just see, maybe we can take social activism to the loving streets of our own CSLNJ community and make a difference at home. Okay, thank you so much for letting me share. Let's take this into prayer. So, what I know is that the basis of all life is love, that the divine intelligence, the divine power and presence that I call God, Spirit Creator, that life that expresses in and through and as each and every one of us is imbued with love, is imbued with the divine expression that is everything that is good and wonderful. And no matter what is going on in the world, the truth is love is the law. Love expresses. Love is the motivation. Love is the reason for being. This divine presence expresses in and through and as each of us as love. It creates beauty from love. It creates wholeness and harmony from love. It created all this life from love. And I affirm with this word that each one of us allows this love to express from within us in ways that are right and perfect and empowering for us. I affirm with this word that each one of us opens their hearts to receive the love that each one of us so wants to experience. The love that each one of us is so deeply motivated and fed by. I declare and affirm with this word that the power and presence that I call God expresses in and through and as this community, the Center for Spiritual Living North Jersey. And in its expression, it expresses in right and perfect ways that synchronicity that I so often witness expresses powerfully and beautifully for each and every one of us, providing exactly what is required to empower each one of us, to heal each one of us, to motivate each one of us, and to allow each one of us to express the divine presence, the divine love more fully, more completely, more totally. And this each one of us can do, can be, can express, can experience, no matter what is going on in the world. And in so doing, contribute to the healing of each individual, each soul in this world, each of us, because there is only one. There is only one. And so, with joy and gratitude, I simply release this word into the law, knowing it is a divine idea expressing, and it is that divinity that I call God that makes it so. Thank you. Please close with me. And so it is.
We are all just mirrors, and your faces I see clearer than I've ever seen before. The heart is where to live from, oh, to give all you can give from. This is what I truly know for sure. In love righteous anger and my own unkind behavior. Who am I to judge anyone at all? 'Cause if I look into you, I can see the pain you've been through. And I know 'cause I've felt the same way that you do. And love is what we're here for, to give and give more. Oh, love. And love is what we're here for, to give and give more. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. Oh. I said love, 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 love. Well, I am an instrument of my peace. I am an instrument of my love. I said love, oh love, oh love. And I am an instrument of my peace. I am an instrument of my love. I said love, oh love, oh love. And I am an instrument of my peace. I said I am an instrument of my love. I said love, 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 love. And I am an instrument of my peace. I said I am an instrument of my love. I said love, 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 love. And love is what we're here for, to give and give more. Oh, sweet love, 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 love. And love is what we're here for, to give and give more. Love, 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 and love